What is up, everybody? NC,
JC, and
we got some news for you today on Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there.
that's right.
But we got to talk about a real son of a bitch. Talking about Triple H here. Now, what Triple H has done, I don't know why, but he's put Jey Uso in the finals of the King of the Ring tournament against Obafemi. So most people are already seeing how this is going to go down. What are they going to do? I look at it like this. If he's that stupid, he deserves to have the ratings plummet. He deserves to have all the goodwill taken away from him, and he deserves all the hate in the world. And this is what I love now, too, is like, especially after he appeared at the White House. We'll cover that later. But after he appeared at the White House, this just adds fuel to the fire. The fans are not liking the man at all, and this does not help. JC, tell me what you think about this.
No, what I think about this, man, is that this is just really bad booking. Now, I get maybe this could be a way of them getting Obafemi in a feud with Roman Reigns. Like maybe, since Jey Uso's with the Bloodline again, maybe they get involved and cost Oba the match, and then that sets up a feud between Oba and Roman. I'm giving them a lot of benefit of the doubt here. I mean, we're talking about Triple H here, so, who knows? I mean, he's probably going to fucking job out Oba and keep him off TV for, like, fucking 8 months. So, like, who knows? But this is the thing, man. Like, this is what's frustrating with Triple H, and we've been saying it for years. And all the Johnny-come-latelys are now on that bandwagon. Even good old JD from New York, he's saying, Triple H needs to be fired, Bruce. Yeah, he's not good at what he does. He costs viewership. He drives people away because he doesn't care. There's no pressure. This is the problem, man. This is the problem with WWE right now, just letting Triple H do whatever he wants to do. You can't allow that, because if you allow that, you're going to get King Jey Uso. Nobody wants King Jey Uso. The fans hate it. They're downvoting it like crazy.
Let's talk about that. Look at these downvotes here. 6.9K likes, 23K dislikes. It's probably greater by now, but they're really pissed off because here Jey Uso has already taken out somebody who the fans were really getting to like in Javon Evans. Javon Evans is an up-and-coming guy, and here they are sacrificing Javon to Jey for no reason, and now it's looking like they might sacrifice Obafemi too. But a little bit more on it. So here's what the fans were saying in the most liked comments on YouTube. Among the most liked comments were ruthless depression. It's really nice to see veteran Javon Evans putting over young and rising talent like Jey Uso. Great. Jey getting shoved down our throats again. Jey will now face Obafemi in the tournament finals at Night of Champions. This right here is a travesty. It makes no sense. They will not give up on Jey Uso. No matter what. This is why we had to do a top 10 sucks on the guy. They won't give up on this fool.
They won't. It's frustrating, too, because it's like there's nothing left in the tank. I mean, Jey Uso at one time was a pretty decent talent. He's just a washed-up guy at this point. There's other things I want to say about him, but I can't say him on YouTube. He's done. Move on. He's just a fat, slobby guy. Just move on. He's, 40 years old now?
He's a bum, I tell you. He's a bum. But somebody who isn't a bum, I'll give him credit, is Danhausen. So Danhausen has officially been invited to the Knicks championship parade.
Damn, man. Good for him.
I think we might see the new mascot of the New York Knicks. I'm not even joking. I'm thinking they're going to make this dude the mascot, which is crazy.
Danhausen is the mascot for the Knicks. You know what? If he just goes and be the mascot for the Knicks, I'd be happy.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, I don't need to be with WWE anymore. I'm the new Knicks mascot. Oh yes, Danhausen's gonna be cursing out the teams that the Knicks face. The Knicks are gonna be undefeated.
Hey, good idea. I think they consider that. They're like, hey, it helps having this little weirdo on the team. But WWE, they're milking this dude as much as they can. So they have a WWE New York Knicks collection championship. They're charging $35 for these rag Temu silkscreen fake white cotton shirts, and then of course check how much they got for the title. $600 for a Knicks belt. Oh, but you can pay $10,000 for a Jalen Brunson signed Danhausen signed belt. Even better.
10,000. And that's a current bid, so it's probably only gone up, and there's still 2 days left. You know what? I gotta see how outrageously stupidly priced it is right now. It's what is it? Jalen Brunson.
I took this screenshot today. You're good.
Okay, cool. Wow.
Yeah, this is a fresh screenshot. So this is what's going on right now.
What the hell, dude? Like, why is it worth $10,000? I need to know.
Maybe people think Jalen Brunson is worth the 10K, or he will be worth the 10K, but even then, man, I'm just saying.
$10,000 on a belt, on a crappy looking belt? $10,000 on that crap.
It's gonna be in a landfill in a decade. Who cares?
Right.
It doesn't matter. Oh, but I will tell you, Danhausen, he's trying to get all the monies, especially the human monies. WWE stole that from him. They're like, you know what? Now we're going to trademark it. They're going to put that on hoodies, jackets, sweatshirts, and a bunch will buy it. Just saying.
It's like, that's a great idea, Danhausen. Yoink.
Hey, if he's cool with it and he's getting some residual kickback, good for him. I hope Danhausen at this point makes as much money as he can with WWE before he gets out, because, like I said, Knicks are already eyeballing this guy. TKO is already putting together a deal with Danhausen and the New York Knicks. So who knows what's happening here? I'll tell you a little bit more about it, though. Let's talk a little bit more about it. So yeah, they captured the championship. Danhausen claims to be the king of New York now. So with this big win, Brian Alvarez was saying,
the Danhausen Knicks deal is being put together by TKO. WWE cameras will be at the parade. I hope it's a Pride one. And they will likely be putting together a Knicks Danhausen documentary for YouTube.
And then they got like one of the Knicks showing up at Saturday Night Main Event.
Oh God, yeah. All it's gonna be is like the guy's front row, and you see him like for like 5 seconds, and then they just move on past it. That's what kind of cheap crap it's gonna be.
I don't get it. It's like, why even bother, man? Now here's something that they should bother with. This is kind of cool. Stephen A. Smith has revealed that he's thought about entering WWE as a heel manager and managing Roman Reigns. I'd be cool with that.
Yeah,
I think he's charismatic. Roman needs help. Let's face it, Paul Heyman ain't getting the job done. They need somebody like this, and even then Paul's doing that stupid vision. You need Stephen A. Smith. He can get the job done.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if TKO gets it done. They bring him in. I wouldn't be surprised by it. He is very entertaining. I'll give him that. So yeah, bring him in.
All hands on deck at this point, but it doesn't help when WWE creative is doing stupid like literally having Roman hold up a poop necklace to put around Jacob Fatu's neck. Like, who wants this? Like, we're already seeing Jacob Fatu join the Samoan Kiss My Ass Club, and now you're putting a poop necklace on him? Way to humiliate him, right?
It's like, yo, man, put on my poop necklace. If you don't, you're not in the bloodline.
That's what I'm saying. It's like humiliation. He's literally wearing a Samoan poop necklace. There's no excuse for this.
You know what? Are they going to sell poop necklaces on the shops?
Yes, they will. I guarantee you, probably $60 a pop.
60. I think like maybe when it's half off. I mean, they're probably like $120, $150 for a cheap poop necklace that costs like $1 to make in China.
And who knows? Maybe it's made out of real poop. You never know.
Could be.
You never know.
Could be.
But I will say though that WWE has delusions of grandeur, as they express that they want to do a future WWE event at the White House.
Come on.
Like, dude, Dana White, we'll cover it later, was already talking about how expensive it was doing the show. With Triple H and Roman not even sitting next to Dana White or Donald Trump or anybody of that matter of importance, not even Mark or Ari for that matter, not even sitting next to them, why would Donald Trump authorize that? He hasn't even appeared at a WWE event. He doesn't care to.
Probably doesn't even know what it is.
He knows what WWE is. He just doesn't like that woke liberal. I don't blame him.
I don't blame him either. I can just imagine Triple H coming up there like, America, are you ready?
And then this water spit like a fucking fat, big-nosed dork. He would do that. Oh, God. But I will say, though, that WWE, they got to get together before they think of doing White House shows. I mean, they're already moving shows around. Money in the Bank got moved to October 10th. It's usually in the summertime, right before SummerSlam. So that's not good. It shows me that they can't get the ticket sales, so they had to move it. They even had to do the same thing. It's not Saturday night main event anymore. Now it's Sunday night main event over in Atlanta. Had to move it again because they're not getting the ticket sales. But hey, boom, right? We're going through a boom, right?
Yeah, it's a massive boom. It's a massive boom era, right? Yeah. It's got to be like we're in a massive boom era. I mean, the fact they're having to like cut ticket prices down. By the way, the nosebleed seats for this year's SummerSlam, $80. Last year it was over $150.
They're trying, man. They're trying to get anybody they can. Well, but they even had to flat out cancel shows. Like SmackDown had to cancel the September 4th show. People are getting refunded. This shows you right here, these shows are not getting the ticket amount that they need. They're not getting the revenue that they need, so they're having to cancel these shows and move them. That's how bad it is for WWE right now. A lot of people, they go with this fake boom. This is the real data right here. When you got shows getting canceled, and I think they're going with a gauge of what, like 4 months out. They're going with the gauge of 4 months out. Hey, if we can't sell it out 4 months out, pull it, move it, do something.
Well, and this is the problem, man. Like, this ultimately all goes back to creative. Like, if creative was good, if creative was firing on all cylinders, if the product was exciting, you wouldn't be having this issue. And don't give me the whole ticket sale argument, because the tickets are down. They've cut the ticket prices throughout the summer. So that's not even a good argument anymore. The only thing left is lack of interest in the creative, lack of interest in the product.
Simple as that. It really is as simple as that. But, you know, things are going to get really crazy over in the UK. We already figured, you know, we're conspiracy theorists, so we saw this down the line. But here's how it goes. Under 16s will no longer be able to legally watch WWE Saturday Night's Main Event, and AAA events in the United Kingdom. The UK government have announced a policy banning YouTube for all children under 16. YouTube's pissed about it, by the way. Reports suggest a social media curfew will likely be introduced for 16 and 17-year-olds in addition to this, meaning they won't be able to watch WWE live events on YouTube. Raw, SmackDown, NXT won't be affected as Netflix is not part of the ban. Additionally, all social media platforms will be banned for under 16s, affecting all wrestling promotions. They're even putting curfews on apps. Now, the good news is this is not really going to affect WWE's fan base because it's all fat pedo neckbeards anyway. So, you know, they're good. They don't have to worry about the kids. Don't watch this shit. It's whack to the kids. So, yeah, it's like they don't care. All the UK fat dorks, old fat dorks, they'll get their WWE. So it's all good.
They will. And, you know, so the funny thing about this is the Prime Minister of Britain, he's the one who was bragging about this in his sweater. He was like, you know, we're going to protect the children of England or something like that. And then today it's announced that he ended up resigning.
Yeah, isn't he officially stepping down tomorrow?
Yeah, he's stepping down tomorrow. So Trump went ahead and took a jab at him.
Good.
Freaking load. Come on. What did he say? It's
And we'll talk about another stream, but even Zelensky rumors, man, there's crazy stuff going on right now. But crazy stuff for Drew, though, guy in the picture. I'll say I'm proud of him. This is why you haven't seen him on TV. So he's been casting The Last Drew with Russell Crowe. Big movie for him. I'm proud of the guy. I hope he keeps on getting as many movies as possible. I would love to see him in the main event, but we know that's not going to happen with Triple H there. So it is what it is. So
no, I mean, if you're not going to be in the main event, just go to Hollywood, you know.
And a lot of these wrestlers, they're getting that side hustle. I love that. And one of our luchador favorites, one of the very few, is Rey Mysterio. He's got a brand new cartoon coming out, and here's a little clip from it.
King, I call upon you now to transform it into my mighty Archeon! Get him!
I mean, I like what I saw from it. I mean, it kind of reminded me of Mucha Lucha, so we'll see where that goes. I mean, but it looks good. So good for Ray. I will say good for Big E as well. He's got a book about his life, career, and battles with mental health coming up early 2027. So good for him. I hope he does well with that. So yeah,
absolutely, man. Yeah, Big E, it's the shit he had to go through, but you know, he persevered. He came back from that neck injury, and he's moving. He's not Drozdov, you know, so that's good.
I just like it how he can actually still have a job as a commentator, you know, and still at least benefit the industry with his charisma. So there you go, man. Good guy. Now this is WWE. They have terrible booking decisions, though. And this is what they do, especially with creative in NXT. This is why we can't get behind NXT. Their brand new wrestler, Vanta the Unknown, is the name for this chick. So they figured, hey, just give her a big black line across her mouth and call her the Unknown, and that's a gimmick. Terrible.
Like we're back in the early 90s, you know, like this is the types of gimmicks that you saw in WCW in like 1992.
For real. And that's why we have a hard time putting over old school WCW. But like all the fans were jacking off about her amazing finisher. Watch and be amazed. Look at this. She does a spin with her leg and then a forearm. Look at this amazing spin with her leg and a forearm. And the fans were like, oh, I have never seen this done before. It's just a forearm with an extra step.
I mean, really all she is she's Rhea Ripley with smaller tits and a stupid line on her chin. That's all she is.
And that's, like, what's the point? So let's go ahead and talk about some more WWE here. El Grande Americano, the mask that was selling. Current bid, $40,000. Oh my God. Save your, what are you doing, you stupid wrestling fans? Go put a down payment on a house.
40,000.
Make an investment, do something. Why would you
40,000
spend $40K on a mask? A wrestling mask? Why?
40,000. God, 40,000.
Good
That's the
Lord.
current bid. That's and there's still 8 days up, so this thing could get to like 50K probably. Who knows? $40,000 for a mask. Oh my God, dude. Now, granted, it's a charity auction. Cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
But still, $40,000.
Yeah,
Good God.
Yeah, deplorable. Speaking of, Lou Wood was talking about the whole case coming up. So he's filed a motion to obtain surveillance footage in ongoing battery case. So he wants to basically prove his innocence. I mean,
Good.
I don't blame him. So yeah, defense team is seeking the footage. Police previously identified Kaiser. Pre-trial conference is currently scheduled for July. So let's hope he gets his footage and gets off of this, because it's already like WWE's like slapping him on the wrist, like, dude, you're good. Go do AAA, go do WWE, make us money. So it's all good. So, but you know, WWE, they got a little bit of notoriety over at the UFC White House show when Noseman and Roman appeared. And what was apparent to us as, you know, UFC fans is how far away Roman and Triple H were sitting from Mark, Ari, Dana, Donald. Everybody that actually is important with the TKO UFC White House deal. And then these two guys are over in the crowd like regular fans. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, man. They just, because they're not important. I mean, look, Roman's important in WWE, Triple H is, but in the grand scheme of things, they're not important. They're really not. They're not the movers and shakers. Like Ari Emanuel, he's one of the movers and shakers. Dana White, you know, it's UFC. But with Triple H, honestly, if it were me, I wouldn't have even let Triple H into the venue. I'm like, who are you? You're some bald Dr. Robotnik looking guy in a suit with goofy wrist bracelets on. Like, it's like,
That's so stupid.
I know, dude. It looks so dumb.
Like, bro, you're like 55. Why do you have so many stupid, goofy bracelets on? What's the point? Oh, my daughters made them. I just look at you like a CM Punk ripoff. Like, what's the point?
But at least CM Punk had the common sense to wear like one. This guy's
Right.
wearing like 12, you know?
But let's go ahead and talk about Connor. Had to mock him. Sorry for the cutoff here, but Connor said, who?
Right.
To Roman. Now, never forget, though, let's go back to the past. You the size of my leg. Shut up. And not to be real, but that's how it was. Connor put on a whole lot of weight, though. I don't know if you saw Roadhouse. This got steroid beefed up.
did.
He's like 240 right now. Huge. He got a lot bigger. But speaking of the UFC show, Dana said that the White House show is too expensive. So I can't afford it. There's no way we could do this again. I'll never do the Sphere again, and we'll never do this again. So what that tells you right there is that if it was that expensive, there's no way WWE, with the TKO pit of money that they got, are going to be able to do a White House show. And especially when wrestling's deader than ever and Triple H is killing it. I think that was almost like punishment. Like, hey, you and the Samoan guy go sit in the corner. The big boys are going to sit over here. That's what it almost felt like.
It's like,
Go sit in the cut corner, you big nose idiot. Yeah, get out of here. Get out of here. Know your role.
Good. I hope he did.
right.
So Dana, he had to play a liberal for once because it was at the White House. So Josh Hoke got a lot for his comment about Michelle Obama having a wiener. So Dana said, I understand that the Obamas are public figures, but I'm completely against saying nasty and false things about people's families.
God.
Everyone knows my position on free speech, but I hate that kind of nonsense because he knows how much you can get into if you support that. Like, that's the one thing. Like, when you even seen Shane Gillis saying, I didn't like it, that should tell you that's still a big no-no. Keep in mind, somebody disappeared after they talked about Michelle's wiener. Just saying. Just saying. Somebody very important, too.
Yeah, well, yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, you know, people are allowed freedom of speech. At least people are talking about what happened at the show. So I guess there's that. So,
Yeah, I mean, Michael and I, you know what's up. So, now here's something interesting. I'm not sure a lot of people caught on to, but Cormier put this out. He said, I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for bringing this to light. However, I refuse to stay silent. The UFC is a sport that I'm deeply passionate about, and I will not tolerate this type of insider behavior. Shame on anyone trying to ruin this beautiful event. So he exposed, this is weird of him, exposed DMs from Eric Trump that were talking about placing bets and fights being rigged. Like, really weird from the Eric Trump account. And then, of course, he had to delete them. So Trump, Eric, with Donald's brother, got on and said, "We are aware of the fake AI-generated screenshots being circulated online. I have never spoken to Daniel. He has since deleted his post, which confirms it was clearly fabricated." Readers added context. Multiple journalists and eyewitnesses confirmed Daniel Cormier posted the screenshots himself before deleting them. Deleting a post from a verified account does not confirm fabrication, and participants in a conversation cannot fall for AI fakes of their own direct messages. Right. So he got owned here, and this is not good, though, considering he's the president's brother. This is like some Tommy Boy shit. I hate to say it.
It's some straight up Tommy Boy type stuff, man. It's like, just own up to it. Just say, you know what? I just asked a question. What is that so wrong to do? I just asked a question.
Yeah, and he should really back it up and not be like, hey, and he can get away with it. People would sweep it under the rug if he just owned up to it. That's why he got the reader's context, so good for him.
And what Justice Department's going to go after him?
None that I could think of.
Right.
Like look at Hunter Biden. He's walking around. They're trying to revamp his career now and make him out to be a good guy. And no, it's not going to happen. But here's something that I thought was pretty cool. Former Jinder Mahal, Raj Desi, he broke down what a WWE contract is all about, the pay structure and all that. It's a longer video, so I cut it down a little bit, but here's the gist of it.
How does a WWE contract actually work? For this example, let's sign a 3-year, $1 million per year contract downside guarantee. WWE pays its talent every single week. So take your downside guarantee of $1 million divided by 52 for 52 weeks. Your weekly check will be $19,230. For the sake of this example, let's round it up to $20,000. Now, with a downside guarantee, that $20,000 check will come in regardless if you are injured or if you wrestle 7 days a week. Same amount every single week. Now, can a WWE wrestler out-earn their downside guarantee? Absolutely. A downside guarantee is only a minimum. There is no maximum. There is no set maximum. So what WWE uses is what's called a bucket system. Now, the bucket system is imaginary in nature. It is essentially off the books. You will receive the same amount every single week. But what the bucket does is it keeps track of how much money is going out and how much money you are actually earning. Television tapings, live events, pay-per-views, merchandise, everything goes into this bucket. So let's start the bucket off, obviously, week 1 at 0. $20,000 goes out. You wrestled on Raw. You got $5,000, imaginary number. All of these numbers are imaginary. Your balance in the bucket is negative $15,000 after week 1. Don't let it scare you. Your weekly amount remains the same. Week 2, same thing. Minus $20,000 for your weekly pay. You brought in $5,000 for Raw. You're now negative $30,000. Don't let it scare you. Same amount hits your bank account. Week 3, $20,000 goes out. You work a pay-per-view. You get $50,000. You wrestle on Raw. $10,000. You were in the main event. And it was a sold-out arena. You are now positive $10,000 in this bucket. That doesn't mean you get $10,000. Again, this is imaginary. It's plus $10,000, but your weekly check remains the same. And if it was in the negative, you do not owe WWE money. This is imaginary in nature for now.
Very cool little introspective there, because you usually don't get that inside look into WWE contracts. And Triple H has laughed at the like, I'm going to pay $1 million a year to any wrestler now. So that tells you right there how good it was for wrestlers under Vince McMahon, because he paid the wrestlers very well, especially if you were a decent wrestler, a top level main eventer like Jinder Mahal. You were very fortunate to make $1 million. Nowadays, not too many people are making $1 million in WWE per year. They'd be lucky to. I mean, when we were showing the contracts, and it was from last year, Rhea Ripley was making $250K a year, plus merch. One of the most popular wrestlers in WWE making $250K a year. Insane.
It really is. I mean, like TKO, they're really cutting back on their expenses. And so, I think what they're probably doing is they're shelling out the money for, the CM Punks and the Roman Reigns and maybe the Brock. Yeah.
Cody.
John Cena when he came back. Huh?
Cody.
But are they paying him as much as they are like Brock and Roman and
No.
no?
No, he's making good money. I think a lot of it's coming from the Vince deal when he first got signed. And because Triple H loves him, he's paying him a lot of money. Jey Uso making a lot of money. Roman, Seth Rollins, I think he's still making a lot of money. And that's just how it is, man. It's like a select few, like a handful of people, but then everybody else is like under a mil. That's how it is. So, yeah. But let's go ahead and show you what happened at the White House. Not even the exciting knockouts that we saw on that card. By the way, the best UFC fight card we've seen in like a decade. You know,
it was super entertaining.
It's great. But not even that was enough to keep Trump awake. He's old, man. He's way past his bedtime. And one that's crazy thing, too, is he had to get up on an early flight. Now, granted, you can sleep on Air Force One. They got a bedroom in there. Not a big deal. But still, he had to get up on an early flight and be in France in the morning to meet with Macron. So, just tells you, dude. That's why he looked all grumpy the next morning when he shook Macron's hand.
He's an old man. He's having fights at the White House, and he's having to sign deals with the French and stuff like that. I mean, just give him a break. You know?
Yeah. Got to give him a break. But they won't, because it's the psychotic left, this weird fan base. That's the thing, too, is like most of the time we don't even think about Donald Trump. He's in the farthest corner of our mind. We don't even think about him. We're thinking about what the New World Order is doing, all this. And immediately, low IQ, about 70 to 60 IQ, libtard will say, "Oh, Trump pod, MAGA." I'm like, dude, he's on your brain 24/7. Might as well let him open up a condo in your head.
Probably already have. Who knows?
Just insane, man. But anyways, let's talk about Darby. He was hanging out at Castle La Bam doing some crazy shit. Look at this. Insane, dude.
Damn.
I would love to visit Castle La Bam. Now, sure, he's fat. He looks like his dad now. But, man, he's still got a fat setup. That's awesome right there.
That's where all that Viva La Bam money went. You know, people wondering where it all went. It went into his skate park home. Probably his drug addiction. Who knows?
Right. Who knows? I mean, yeah, he's up there. But let's get to some AEW news. I'm very happy for Harley, but I'd be even happier if she took the role. So Harley Cameron reveals she was nearly cast in lead role for horror movie Obsession, which is a huge deal now. I mean, it launched the career of Indy Navarrete. This could have been Harley Cameron. It's crazy. Cat is out of the bag. I auditioned for Obsession and was told it was nearly me who got cast. I want to share my passionate audition and thank you, Kurt Barker, for the opportunity. And of course, congratulations to Indy Navarrete. Apparently, it came down to us two, and I'm honored. Can you imagine in an alternate timeline, we would have had Harley's big, jiggling Australian tits, and she could have been the next Australian Sydney Sweeney.
Yep.
Imagine what could have happened if they decided, if there wasn't a bunch of stupid in the casting room that were like, her tits are too big. Let's go with the other chick. Now, nothing against Indy. She's a very pretty girl.
No.
Beautiful woman, by the way. But in comparison to Harley Cameron, I'm sorry. Hey, you know which one we're going to pick. Just saying.
Oh, all the time, every time. Just for our taste. Like, again, against her. But, I mean, Harley Cameron, you know, just, she's right up her alley, man.
Just saying. So FTR, they're going to be taking some time off. So Dex got on and gave some long, stupid spiel about how they're lovers and they fell in love and their wives are going to be divorcing them and they need to go do a rendezvous over in France. So good for them. Have a good time out and enjoy your lover's vacation. Have a good time, guys.
Yeah, have a good time. Yeah, you'll be sorely missed on it. Oh wait, no, you won't. Darn.
Womp womp.
Womp womp.
They're just sitting out their contract to get signed by WWE. You know what's up. So
and they're going to be all fat and like, because they suck. I've seen them recently. When I last watched AEW, they sucked. They were fat. They were boring. They were really slow. Like there's nothing left in them.
Dude, they're gonna look like the Southern Mushroom Boys by the time they come back.
I think they're already there, man.
They might be already there. Who knows? They might be fat. They might be like Beastman fat. Let's hope so. That way they can be, for real, the fat trucker. Bring them back with the gimmick. They're already fat. Just make them truckers.
And CM, well, I mean, hey, you know, CM Punk is in WWE. FTR joins. What do you get? You get the reuniting, the return of
Come Farter. Yeah. Well, you know, though, some of CM Punk's buddies have some awesome new T-shirts for you to get. Look at these award-winning T-shirts.
Good God.
I want to know, is it Aubrey who's doing the T-shirts? Is it Kenny? Who is in charge of AEW's T-shirt department? Because they deserve a tongue lashing for their uncreative, stupid. Nobody's going to buy these shirts. You'd be lucky to have them use as toilet paper over in India.
I mean,
What are you gonna do here?
If they get used as poop rags in India, you know what? That's actually, pretty good for those shirts. No one's going to buy those, dude. No one's going to buy that. I mean, come on. Goofy mugshots of 3 jobbers in AEW? No one's buying that.
They're so tone deaf.
This is Roger Strong's like,
Yeah, my new shirt. I look like a serial killer that slaughters homosexuals in 1984.
Like, he really is. They should just roll with the Jeffrey Dahmer gimmick for him. I think it would rock. I'm just saying.
I think it would, dude. Like, all of them. Give
Yes.
them all. Serial killer gimmick.
Gay serial killer gimmicks.
Hey, you want ratings? I'm telling you, man, like, what's going to get ratings is holy moments and oh my God, I can't believe I just saw that on wrestling. That's what's going to get the viewership up. That's what wrestling's got. It's got to be outrageous again, man.
Yo,
be outrageous. Come on.
To back you up, man. To back you up. Recently, Mr. Beast was talking about if you really want your videos to go viral, he said you have to make it outrageous, especially in the thumbnail and the title, make it eye-catching. You have to make wrestling eye-catching again. That's a problem. You got to make it crazy, outrageous, eye-catching. The type of shit that people are like, they're fucking doing this in wrestling?
Yep.
That's what you need to have. Like, you can't fear controversy, and because wrestling is so liberal-based, it's too safe. They fear controversy.
One of these companies just has to not care. And I'm talking like it's nice that JCW's there, but
Right.
I'm talking a company with a lot of money. Like
True.
an AEW, maybe even a TNA. And TNA especially, they're a TV 14 rated show. They air on the AMC channel, a channel that one of the flagship shows of that channel is a guy as a high school teacher that cooked up meth and sold it. Like, I mean, like what you can't have wrestling be edgy on AMC, but you can have shows like that on that channel. Like, come on. No,
Yeah. I love it. I love the hypocrisy, dude. But I will say I'm happy for AEW. They're expanding my AEW. It's now on Tubi as a fast channel, so that's good. I mean, you can pretty much just turn on Tubi. It's free, and they have their own channel. Randomly just watch a Dynamite. It's whatever. It's not bad. It wasn't too bad. It's still work rate, but if you have it on the background, like while you're cleaning your house or making dinner, who cares? Whatever.
It's like if you're bored and your brain is leaking out of your head,
Right.
leaking out of your nose. And it's like, oh, put AEW on.
Hey, man, sometimes, we done some desperate, like, turn on Evolve. Remember when we were, like, we woke up that one morning, we're like, hey, dude, let's watch Evolve. And we're like, oh, what are we watching? So it happens, man.
And sometimes you get desperate and you put Evolve on.
It happens. That's what Tubi's for, desperate wrestling fixes. So, so Fightful's, they said AEW files a trademark related to my AEW. I'm just wondering, why are you now filing a trademark, you bums? Like, you had this going like a month and a half ago, and you're just now filing a trademark.
Cocaine wrestling.
Cocaine and wrestling, buddy.
You
Right
put
there.
it on the back burner. Like, Tony, you don't put business on the back burner. What you put on the back burner is Dave Meltzer. Let him fry
Yes.
on the back burner. No,
Please.
you need to care about your show and your ratings, not, is Dave Meltzer going to give me 5 stars? We're going to book of the year? Tony, Booker of the Year. Worry about your ratings and your business.
Please, for the love
Yeah.
of God, please
I'm
care
actually-
about your business.
I'm actually agreeing with JD from New York for once, where he's saying, you know what, bros? AEW is dying on the vine, bros. No one wants to talk about that. I can't disagree. I
True.
can't disagree. Looking at what for me personally, I have not seen an episode of Dynamite in 3 weeks, 4 weeks. It's going on over a month. I've never done this. I've never been this like out of the loop with AEW as I am now. And it's not because I hate AEW or the fans who watch it. I'm just not interested. They're not doing anything. Put the world title on Bobby Lashley, and then I'll care.
I just say, why bother? The whole with a lot of wrestling, it's like, why bother nowadays? It's pointless. Just watch TWR News. We'll cover you what's going
Without
on with
you.
everything important in wrestling. Because other than that, dude, it's just like, did you hear about this jobber? He won the North America title from this other guy on NXT. And you're like, I don't care, And that's how a lot of wrestling is. It's just title changes, pointless stories that go nowhere, friendship and betrayal. So, it is what it is. But
Well, then I guess you're not a real wrestling fan.
right? I don't care about title changes. Ooh. But Yeah, the AEW, my AEW, they signed another wrestling promotion called Gap. I don't know if it's about like buttholes or whatever, but Gap Wrestling. I'm sorry, it's Create a Wrestler Pro Wrestling. But it looks like Gap. But anyways, you got this promotion they're signing with my AEW. Basically, all the scrap companies that didn't sign with WWE ID, all the really scrappy D-rate that would not sign with WWE. They signed with my AEW, so there you go.
Tony's just scraping the bottom of the dumpster, and
Oh, look at this one! Got Creator Wrestling Pro Wrestling! It's just a bunch of 2K26 Creator Wrestlers in ring! Use Condom Pro Wrestling! Yeah, fucking winning! Bob Fight Pro Wrestling! That's all we get from Tony. It's just all the bad ideas. You want another bad idea from Tony? This is really bad. So AEW is partnering up with a Last Match partnership. So what Last Match is a pro wrestling rock experience, an immersive West End production set to debut in London this fall that blends live theater, rock music, and pro wrestling storytelling. So check this out. Designed for audiences of all ages in part West End rock musical, immersive theatrical experience, and professional wrestling phenomenon, AEW presents The Last Match, a pro wrestling rock experience is set against the backdrop of one wrestler's final pay-per-view event. The production combines an original 1980s inspired rock score, powerful theatrical storytelling, larger-than-life characters that audiences will cheer for, and world-class professional wrestling into a one-of-a-kind entertainment experience that features unforgettable songs, emotional performances, comedy and spectacle, while telling the universe experience of retirement, legacy, love, family, and finding the courage to leave your life's work behind with your head held high. Whether you've attended hundreds of wrestling events or have never seen a single match, fans in attendance will be able to follow every moment of the story. Each performance will feature an interactive pre-show inviting fans to explore multiple wrestling-themed installations and exhibits before the main event. Wow.
did the person who wrote that thing have like fetal alcohol syndrome?
I think so. It gets better.
I go white waxing up.
It gets better though.
See.
We'll let you know. We can't show you the video here on YouTube, but on Thursday, come join us on Rumble. Thursday, 5 p.m. PST for wrestling fans being idiots, and we will have the video. I got video footage of this, and trust me, it's gayer than I can even tell you. Leave it at that.
Oh God, I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait. Dude, we're gonna have so much fun with that.
Yeah, well, that's the great thing is like it's so free and open. Join us on Rumble. If you haven't subscribed to our Rumble channel yet, I definitely would say you got to subscribe.
Absolutely.
It's a great channel. We got all sorts of stuff coming up on there. Should be really fun.
And we're uploading content there every week.
Absolutely. Every single week, new Rumble content, exclusive. Come join us. But now it's time for Breaking Bones News, where we talk about all the injuries that are happening in pro wrestling. It's always, we don't take a week off from this at all, ever.
Nope.
So it started off with MJF. So MJF, he was talking about his knee still being up, so he's making him wrestle with an injured knee. His knee is swollen up like a balloon, and he's making him go in the ring and wrestle.
Get out there and wrestle! Wrestle!
He says, I'm 30, I'm in pain, and I'm only 30. I can't imagine what I'm going to feel like when I'm 40 or 50. This is why he's trying to go to Hollywood. Right. He already sees what happens in wrestling. You beat yourself with this new style, this modern style. You beat yourself. He's trying to get out, and I hope he does. I really hope he does.
I mean, for your own health and safety. I mean, good God. And what else are you going to do with MJF and AEW? You've done it all.
But does it help, too, that one of their top tag teams, this is crazy, check this out. They both got injured in the same match, in the same spot. I've never seen like such a cosmically weird injury like this, where both tag team wrestlers got injured in the same spot in the same match against the Death Riders.
I mean, we're going to end up talking about them later on in the news, but I mean, look, TNA earned the LOL TNA name. We got to give it to AEW now. It's LOL AEW. I'm sorry. They're becoming TNA over time. I think Dixie Carter, Tony Khan is the new Dixie Carter. Just
Yes.
less intelligent and hooked on cocaine.
Yeah, and just that's what we're dealing with right now.
And they're both Nepo babies, too.
He's Dixie with a penis. This is what we got right now, folks. So,
DICKSEE Carter.
Perfect. Yes. But we got to go ahead and show you another one. This one's on the indies. So for an MLW, Shotzi Blackheart. Armageddon against Steph DeLander. This is why we were never a big fan of Steph DeLander. She's not a good wrestler. She's not a good promo. She hurts wrestlers we like. She's an SJW. The thing is when she was released, that was the one Carlos let go. We're like, all right, you cuck, you did good. Good for you.
You did good with that one.
Good for you. You did good once. But yeah, so let's go ahead and switch it over to Outlaw, where we talk about what happens on the Outlaw circuit. A lot of Outlaw to talk about with TNA. They basically take up all of this pretty much. So let's start out with, we talked a lot about, in our previous stream, TNA Online Support. We talked about Tommy Dreamer leaving. We talked about Sami Callihan leaving. We'll have another Sami thing for you. But we also talked about, what was it, just a lot of people, top names leaving. Road Dogg possibly coming in. But a big name to us. And we got some news on her, Tessa Blanchard. So
yeah.
Tessa claims that TNA made her choose between them and CMLL. So here's how it went. She said, the truth is I have received a lot of messages from friends and news, and I haven't replied to any of them yet. I want to sort things out and set the record straight today. Here I have a life, and I feel very happy. So TNA asked her, you got to decide which one. You want to be CMLL or TNA? And
Which
is stupid.
It's stupid in a way, but it's also reasonable because I think they're trying to like lock down talents and have more stability. But then also, but then also like because she's with CMLL. Well, if WWE and TNA are partnered, WWE owns AAA, and AAA is a competitor to CMLL. So from what I know, CMLL is basically saying, okay, because we got this AAA competition, we don't want to have any part of WWE.
I get it. I mean, I understand where you're coming from. For me, though, it's just like she's an open-ended contract. Who knows? I mean, maybe it might be a TNA deal, a sale coming up, and we'll have more information on that coming up. But I really think a sale could be coming up. That's why they asked her to pick sides, because they're like, hey, we maybe can get you in NXT, or you want to go to AEW where you can make more money. And she's like, oh, yeah, I'll go to AEW where I can make more money.
Well, see, that's such a great point, because, like, hypothetically, now, from all the reports, there is not an imminent sale, but if there is a sale, WWE can't have a CMLL contract, a wrestler under contract. That's competition in AAA. So I get it. I get why they would basically ask you, hey, you know, you're going to have to make a decision here.
I get it. No, totally. I understand. So she was saying, I have many goals to achieve here, and I've already reached the top of the mountain. I won everything over there, but here I had many dreams and goals to pursue. I need to focus on my career, my life here in Mexico, and from this moment, I'm 100% with CMLL. And like I said, I can't blame her for doing that. She pretty much already did everything in TNA. It would have just been her rising back to the top of the mountain where she had already been. So I get it. I get her goals, and you know, she's still young. She's got a lot of time ahead of her. But another news piece on her. So Tessa was about halfway through a 3-year deal before departing TNA. So this shows you right here is that she still had, like, was it like 1.5 years left on her career, on her TNA career. And they asked her, hey, you're going to make a choice right now. So, but you know, you look at what TNA is resigning, and they're resigning like Tasha Steele. She's one of those talents. Truly's favorite wrestler, Allie the Bunny, got resigned probably for some rotten carrots and a couple pieces of Monopoly money. I don't, you know, they're not paying their talent much, but yeah, she got resigned.
Like a carton of stale Oreos. There you go.
There you go. Trey Miguel got resigned. I guess it pays more than AT&T, so he signed with TNA. I like Trey. I think he's a decent talent. He'll get better in TNA over time. And then, you know, they continued with their awesome new signings. Like, who wasn't clamoring for Dak Draper to come in?
Who's that guy?
He's Dak Draper. He's trying to look like Tom Selleck if he were a gay porn star, and here you go.
I mean, he looks like Joey Ryan if he were in shape, you know?
Like Joey Ryan on steroids. I see it. Yeah, for sure. So that's what's going on. Great news signing, not really. But TNA, they're having a street team. This is crazy. So they got a street team. They're expanding their street team and looking for motivated fans in Boston, Albany, Philadelphia, and Chicago. Street team members must be 18 plus, will help promote upcoming TNA live events by hanging posters, distributing flyers, and much more. So, yeah, that's what's going on there. I think that's just an easy way to get people tickets. That's what I'm looking at it right now as.
Very well could be. I mean, it very well could be. Now, this is something normal that TNA does. Like, this is not out of the ordinary. You know, they have street teams. Like, all these companies have street. I think even WWE has a street team. Or no, my bad. AEW has a street team. So this is normal. Like, this is not, like, out of the ordinary, but you know, like, I wouldn't be advertising this right now as you're just letting go a bunch of people, a bunch of top names. So, I don't know. Just bad timing in my view.
Yeah, very bad timing. But that's TNA for you. So, let's go ahead and talk about this right here. News on the Anthem sale. So, Sources, Anthem's Len Asper has set a $30 million floor for a potential sale of TNA with a preferred price in the $40 million to $50 million range. So they're talking about what underpins this price, and it would be AMC TV, which includes guaranteed money out plus option of years down the line. So they explain what's up with this. We'll find out if somebody bids, but that's crazy, though, that TNA is actually stating a number now, you know?
There's an actual number, yeah. And that number does make sense. I get, the company probably has a lot of debt. And so I'm guessing that $40 to $50 million, I'm guessing that includes the debt. So I guess the debt's factored into it, or, yeah.
Yeah, who knows what's up with that, man. But, yeah, so here's what's up on the street team. That's what I think it means. I think it means you're getting free tickets. Just saying. Just saying.
$0 and zeros. He got free. So he's got comp tickets right there. Okay.
That he does, comp tickets. So let's go ahead and talk about the TNA OVW deal. So these two are working together. What are your thoughts on this? I'll be right back.
Well, okay, so my thoughts on this are, I get what TNA is trying to do here. What they're trying to do is get a bunch of talents. They're trying to develop them, make it easier for them to bring them into TNA, not have to constantly eye all these different indies and, do all this. So this makes sense. Al Snow is a good trainer. I'll give him that. I think he's a shitty booker, but he is a good trainer. So I'll say that about Al Snow. That's one good thing I'll say about Al Snow. There are some talents in OVW that I think have potential. Like the J-Rod chick, she's in OVW. I think she's got potential. There's a chick there called Katie Gannon who I think would be perfect in the Elegance brand if they were to bring her in.
Nice.
So there's that. I forget their men's champion right now. He's not bad. It's nothing to write. I'll put it this, the roster is really nothing to write home about outside of J-Rod, really, for the most part. But it's to me, I don't see any downside to this. I really don't. I don't think this is going to lead to Al Snow getting on the creative team. But honestly, with all the people that are leaving, that would also not surprise me. What would he bring? Because I've seen OVW's product. I've seen his recent product. It's like NWA with less of a budget and more of a fixation on long matches.
Dude, could you imagine how bad it would be? Road Dogg, Delirious, and Al Snow on a creative team together. That's a Mark Armageddon right there. That's horrible.
TNA would be dead. TNA would actually be dead. For all the people out there saying, TNA's not going to die, we're doing better than ever. That would kill TNA. As bad as Tommy Dreamer was, at least he was at least trying to make it somewhat entertaining. These three guys, they'll make it match marked. The matches will be bare minimum 20 minutes long. Because I swear to God, every time I go to watch an OVW stream, 20-minute match, 20-minute match, 20-minute. It's cut the match length down. Al Snow's a good talent coach, so I think it could work in that regard. As long as he's just a talent coach, fine. If he's in creative for TNA, no.
Just even with Hunter Johnson and Road Dogg, that's enough for me to completely give up on TNA. And just the possibility of Al Snow joining in, I'm banning TNA. I will not watch TNA until they get picked up by another company or WWE. I'm not watching them.
Well, I'll put it like this. So with what they're doing, they're very measured. They're very strategic. They do take, for me, it should not have taken this long to fire Tommy Dreamer. Now, apparently all this time, Tommy Dreamer was the head of creative, and it was Hunter Johnson working under him. Okay, so now Hunter Johnson's now the head of creative. Now, if you know anything about Hunter Johnson's booking and who he booked for Ring of Honor. He booked, Ring of Honor in its dying days, when they were losing everybody and no one cared. That's who Hunter Johnson is. He's not going to bring anything to the table. We were saying for months and months and months when Carlos Silva was first brought in, you got to fire all of Scott D'Amore's team, cleanse them all, get them all out. They got rid of another one, and we'll cover his name. We'll cover him, but they got to get rid of Hunter Johnson. You got to bring in a prestige TV writer. And I don't want to hear any excuses because they're literally in a partnership with AMC, the prestige drama home. Contact AMC. See if if there's a prestige drama writer for Better Call Saul or Breaking Bad or Walking Dead that's available that they could bring in. I'm sure there's got to be some guy. I'm not talking he's the head of creative for those shows, but one of the writers, somebody.
I don't have the producer's name that you're talking about, producer Levon. Anyways, he got let go. But so what was going on with TNA? And by the way, I think he also tanked Chikara as well. So he takes so many,
yes, he did.
so
Yes.
many companies. Like Hunter is so terrible at his job. But you know, one of the people who could have gotten creative had a shot at it because he does a lot around there is Sami Callihan. And they passed on Sami Callihan. Not only passed on him, but fired him. So here's what Sami had to talk about his firing.
Take us through the phone call, please.
I had woke up at, I think, like 10:30, 11, and my phone was blown up. Hey, Tommy's done it, TNA, and the amount of people on the roster that messaged me is like, it's finally your time. You're getting added to creative. You're getting added to creative. You're getting added to creative. Within 5 minutes of me waking up and getting all those text messages, I got a notification on my email. Hey, we need to have a conference call at 1. And in my mind, I was like, oh shit, I'm getting added to creative. Like, this is what I've been lobbying for years. It's what a lot of, maybe not all of them, but a lot of major people on the roster at TNA has been lobbying for years. It's what I had dangling in front of my face from another administration before this current administration. I was like, it's finally happening. So I get on the Zoom call and they start talking. I was like, in my mind, I'm like, maybe this is still, maybe I'm getting ad. And then, yeah, it came to, we're sorry to us, we're going to have to part ways. And I kind of went off. I am not one of the people that usually goes off like this. I try not to be very profanity laced. And I don't think it was a thing of screaming or yelling, but I stated my case. I knew that company, I feel like, almost better than anybody, from the wrestling to the production to everyone there. And I had good relationships with everyone. I stated my case. I was like, hey, this is why I think you're making a terrible mistake. This is why I think this isn't happening right now. I am not the guy. And I was told as part of that Workplace Reduction Act, and I went, that should not be me. I never thought in a million, I thought I was going to be a lifer at TNA. And I was talking to some friends of the company yesterday, and I said, I think my loyalness to the company that I'm working for is good and bad. I think I'm loyal to companies to a fault at this point, when I could have left years ago and went on to do other things.
I think it has a lot to do with the fact that Revolver didn't sign with ID. Maybe they did, but I don't. That's what I think it is. You know, if he's not on board, they're like, all right, get rid of him. Same thing with Tessa.
Yeah, well, and the thing too, like looking at that, watching that, what we just watched, does that look like a guy who's professional to you? Like he would fit in like in a corporate environment?
No, it's pro wrestling. Yeah, no, he's
right. Well, but that's my point. Is I think that's what's going on in TNA right now. Is they're cleansing out all of the unprofessional people, and they're trying to make it more of a straight laced professional operation, and they're getting rid of the people they think are getting in the way of that. So you know, they're not stupid. They know what they're doing. If they do something that we disagree with, it's not because they're stupid. It's because they have a certain idea of like where they're trying to get this professionally, and there's people that are going to need to be fired, and there's a lot of unpopular decisions that are going to need to be made. Now, do I think that TNA is dying or on its deathbed? No, I don't. But that does not mean that a sale is impossible. That does not mean that like Vince is like, yeah, I'm free. I'm going to buy TNA now.
No,
you know,
don't do that, Vince. No.
I'm going to buy TNA. I'm going to fire them all. Yeah.
It's not even worth rebranding. No, please. Please, no.
Yeah, we're going to call it Poop on My Secretary's Head Pro. Yeah.
Oh, please, no. God, I hope not, man.
Buy
that would
Vince.
be.
Buy it.
No, please, Vince, don't. Buy MLW and revamp it. I'd prefer that.
You know what? That's not a bad idea.
Got better talent, honestly.
It does.
Let's be real. But let's talk about one of Vince's favorite wrestlers.
Yeah.
CM Punk will return to Bareback My Sister Fighting League on June 26th. So if you want to hear his amazing commentary, see him all jacked to the gills, bursting out of his business suit like a real tough guy, yeah, you'll watch on June 26th on, I think, Fight Pass. I think they're on Fight Pass.
Yeah, I'm straight edge if you exclude steroids and meth and alcohol and cigarettes. Yeah, I'm totally straight edge. Look at me. I look like I'm straight edge, don't I?
Yeah, you certainly do, Punk.
You do. Yeah, I mean, anybody who thinks it's a gimmick, they're a mark. Simple as that. Speaking of MLW, though, they got a partnership going on with New Japan Pro Wrestling World.
Oh, God.
This shows you right here that being a hardcore mark pro wrestling promoter it always leads to the worst decisions. New Japan is dying right now. So MLW is like, hey, we're just going to put our brand new weekly show on New Japan World, a fourth-rate streaming service that nobody watches. I think more people have Impact Plus than they have New Japan World, dude. I think more people have Ring of Honor Club than they do have New Japan World. Terrible business decision. Court Bauer is a dumb mark.
Well, and that's the thing, man. It's like the MLW's got potential. They really do. Not with the people who are running it. Not with the mark idiots that are running that company.
Yeah, just very stupid decisions. So they also did one of their top guys, Alex Kane, dirty. So Alex was saying, so MLW had no problem with having my matches on my YouTube for all these years, and now they want me to take them down. Wild. Considering Alex is one of their homegrowns, you know, one of their top guys. And not only that, but it's a shitty YouTube show.
Right. Well, and that's the thing, man. It's like, if you have like MLW content on your channel, I'd be careful. I would put them in the same boat as AEW now. If you have any AEW content on your channel, like they could come after it.
Yeah, it's not worth the risk, honestly. Just saying. So RIP to Jordan Saint. He was killed in a head-on crash in Long Island. Thoughts and prayers go out to his family. Very tragic to see. Pete Dunne was recently on the Indies, and he was talking about how, hey, no matter what happens, I promise one thing. Anytime I've given a chance to step in these between these ropes, I'm going to prove to you all that I'm still one of the best wrestlers in the world. So in other words, he might be let go soon. That's what I got out of that, is that it feels like he's going to get let go soon.
He's going to get to show the world how awesome his joint manipulation is. He's bending his fingers. Oh my God, how devastatingly painful. It's not. It's really not.
And you know Tony's going to jump on him like a pit bull on a T-bone. He's going to jump right on this dude.
Pete Dunne. I got Pete Dunne.
Immediately, we're going to see some like Will Ospreay versus Pete Dunne in a random Dynamite main event that gets like 400K. That's what we're going to see.
Like, the main event will probably like Pete Dunne versus Speedball Mike Bailey for the AEW World title.
Oh my God.
Knowing our luck with AEW, you know, it's
just saying it could be really bad. But let's go ahead and show you some Outlaw clips. So there's a new soccer luchador over in IWRG to keep an eye out for.
Algunos movimientos demostrando que sabe cómo arrastrar el esférico goleador y después intentando hacerle un túnel a Histeriosis y al propio Rey.
Sign him.
TNA
sign him.
Dude, this is the new IWRG is the new goofball Mexican indie. They got the dude in the puppy dog suit who does moonsaults. They got Santana Jackson. It's becoming the full-on goofball luchador. It's basically Mexican Chikara at this point. Good for them.
You know what? Like in TNA, if you get Santana Jackson, I might watch. I might have to watch.
At least for Santana Jackson, that's it.
Yeah.
He's a good, talented guy. But, you know, somebody who they passed on, I don't get it, is Matt Riddle. But Matt Riddle was doing an interview recently, and he was talking about how he might step back into MMA.
Have you ever thought about getting back into MMA? I would love to see you step in the octagon one last time.
You know, this haircut kind of makes me want to go back. Right now, I would love to. It's a money thing. Right now, I make a very good penny professional wrestling. I wrestle every weekend almost. I'm steady, I'm busy. With the fight, I really want to take it serious, train at least 6 weeks hard, and not have to worry about, oh, did I get slammed through a table or my neck's hurt? I want to go into a fight 100. I've been offered a couple fights with BKFC and other organizations, but things just didn't align right, either for me or for them. And if the money's right, I got the body, I got the moves, you know. I can move them, you know. Shawn Michaels.
Jake Paul does have an MMA promotion now, MVP MMA.
Yeah.
On Netflix recently.
Yeah.
I thought you'd be a great fit there.
I think I would be a great fit. I think I'd be a great fit for me. Dylan Dennis is their welterweight champion. I used to teach that kid how to wrestle. No disrespect, his jigs is sick, but I'm me. I beat up everybody, and I think he's a cool dude. I think it'd be a good fight. But also MVP, wealth of talent, you know, and I could fight there. UFC. I was ranked top 10 when I got fired at 27. I'm 40 now, but I've only gotten better. I'm like a fine wine. I get better with time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, my door's always open. I don't hold beats or anything. But at the end of the day, the numbers have to make sense.
Numbers have to make
Dollars
sense.
have to make sense.
Dollars have to make sense.
Especially my back door, bro. What you make you fake?
Did you understand a single word he said? How high was his E?
I'm serious. He needs a translator. Needs subtitles, I'm just saying. But Matt Riddle, he's just zonked off his head. I don't know. If I were Matt Riddle and I'd be like interviewed by this guy, I'd be so distracted by the autistic clicker. He keeps on clicking in the background. I'd be like, you please save that after the interview, please. Anyways, let's go ahead and show you a clip from Micro Pro Wrestling. They're doing a lot of weird shit in the ring, and some of it's cool.
Austin, are you ready? On a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Hell yeah.
And I mean, you know, big fat goth butts, that's cool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Hot goth chicks getting spanked by a midget. Okay, you know. Hey, JCW, that's your next gimmick idea. There you go.
I'm telling you, man, there's real potential there. But let's go ahead, since it's old school road stories, we got to talk about some old school road story stuff. So started out with Scott Hall. Now, Scott Hall had a story where he's talking about how when he was working at a nightclub back in the day, he had to take care of somebody.
I remember what he was wearing, what I was wearing, what it smelled like. I mean, it's burnt in my brain. Like, I drilled him, he went down, and his shirt went up, and he was reaching for the gun, so I reached for it too. We wrestled around with the gun, I took it, and shot him in the head. Point blank, with a .45 caliber, a guy's dead, and I'm the reason, and this is bad.
Familiar with Scott Hall, he's calling people, telling them goodbye, he's committing suicide. He's taken handfuls of levotirazepam.
The last name's going to be Hall. First name's Scott. Extremely impaired drinking and attempting to possibly drink himself to death.
Someone told me I'd written a suicide note or something. I'm thinking, what? No, I thrive on misery.